Thank you, Mayor Talamontes, Vice Mayor Rogers, and all council members. My name is Rick Clark. I'm the Chief Program Management Officer for Metro, and I'm here to talk about item 7 on your agenda for consideration, the North Burbank Airport Station. This is something we view as a critical facility station. It provides another train-to-plane connection, something that cities across the country, in fact internationally, are striving to attain. It will open up new markets to the Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale, Santa Clarita, and of course also Glendale and the city of Los Angeles. It will also provide weekend service, which is not currently available. This is another way that passengers can use to get to the airport without using the freeways or your local streets. It's important enough that the Airport Authority is providing $2.7 million in funding, and Metro's board has already approved $12.3 million for this project from our Measure R funds. This will increase in importance. As you know, we recently had Measure M passed that provides even more regional connections throughout the entire region.
Mr. Mayor, Vice Mayor, council members, excuse my casual attire. I came in rather a rush. Paul Dyson, Chair of the Transportation Commission and President of the Rail Passengers Association of California, and I want to talk about this proposed Metrolink station. We're not against a station at the north end of the airport. We're against this project because it's wasteful, it's a misuse of taxpayers' money, it will not perform, it will not generate the traffic that would justify its expense. Let me be a bit, go into a little more detail. You can't, at the moment you have a single track railroad between the north end of Burbank and San Fernando. It's a single line, which is completely inadequate to run a busy urban type of passenger service, which is the type that would be required to service an airport. For example, I just came back from Denver. They built a new rail line out there. They run the trains out to the airport about every 15, 20 minutes, from before flights start until after flights finish. Metrolink currently runs about, I think it's 8 or 10 trains in each direction on that line, and they can't really run any more because of the single track constraint. So what I'm saying is that really these sort of parsing of numbers and playing with the numbers to try and pretend that the maintenance is going to be less, that's really just a side issue. The main issue is that those of us who support public transportation don't want to have another black eye. We don't want to have an empty facility, and we don't want to have buses serving it which will run around empty. What we recommend is that there are plans by Metro to double track that line. It's something that should have actually been done 20 years ago after Metrolink was formed. But there are plans to double track that line, and it's supposed to be high on their list of priorities. When they double track that line, they're going to have to build a second platform to serve that track. So really what you're getting here anyway is only half a station. You're just getting the first installment. The second part of what we recommend is that it's much more sensible, instead of building a platform on either side of the two tracks, to build a single platform in the middle, what we call an island platform, which will still be served by a pedestrian tunnel, as would the second track. But then you have a considerable savings. You just got to lay one slab of pavement of concrete. You just got to put up one set of lights and shelters and public address systems and all that. You could cut out a lot of that expense. Now, Metro staff are boo-hooing because they said, well, we already spent $3 million designing this new station. Quite how anybody can spend $3 million designing a slab of concrete and 4 lampposts, I don't know, but they said they spent it. Well, too bad, because they're going to save that amount of money by going with a single island platform. Once this double track is done and the island platform is put in, then they can run an urban type service, which we've needed for years here, of a regular frequency service from, say, Los Angeles Union Station up to Santa Clarita and back, trains on hourly or half-hourly intervals, which can start early in the morning, finish late at night, and then be a service to airport passengers and airport employees. Right now, no airport passenger is going to use this. Nobody's going to come into Burbank and go over to a deserted, dark Metrolink station for what? The last train leaves, I think, about 9 o'clock at night, and the one before that's about 7 o'clock. Come on, guys. People are not going to do that kind of stuff. So on top of that, Metrolink's ridership on the Antelope Valley line anyway has been in decline. Finally, we're talking about rejigging the Burbank bus so that instead of the Empire bus coming from downtown, it will run a sort of a circular from this new station around the Empire area. It's a great idea in concept, but again, that because of the irregular nature of the Metrolink service, you can't schedule a bus to meet the trains. The trains run on their own schedule because of these constraints of the single track, but you want to run a bus on a regular interval. It just won't work. So I ask you to carefully consider this. I think this was pushed forward by Mr. Antonovich before he retired or before he was termed out. It's not good transportation policy. We should wait until this double track is done, and then we'll know we can provide the service. Thank you very much for your consideration.